Welcome back to Indie Corner. Before we get started today, check out the winner to our 1-year anniversary contest. It's good to be back. It's been so long since I've done some indie news. Now, Indie Corner is still gonna have a bit of a sporadic schedule while I'm still fighting to get this Enthusiast event together. But once that's done, we're gonna be right back to a Monday schedule, I hope. So anyway, here's what's new in the eShop over the last 3 weeks. Releasing on both 3DS, Wii U, and in both territories, there was Word Search by Paugi. This simple word search game lets you play it with the whole family. Next, the North American audience also received Tilelicious for the Wii U. Get a strange man to shower you with praise as you match up tiles and reach for a high score. Over the last few weeks, Europe received Elliot's Quest and Tabletop Gallery for their Wii U's. In Elliot's Quest, it's a race against time as you traverse the land to lift a curse that has been placed on Elliot. Then, RC Maniacs returns with a compilation of his 3-card / dice games in Tabletop Gallery. Test your skills and your luck, either versus a friend or the CPU, in this more traditional style game. Then on the 3DS, Europe received Iron Combat, War in the Air, and Heartbroken. The first title is a flight simulator where your jet can turn into a mech to shoot down enemy targets. The later title, Heartbeaten, offers those with broken hearts a way to unleash their frustration. Help break a lover's heart through multiple minigames by inflicting as much pain on their actual heart as you can. Talk about dark. In North America, the 3DS saw the arrival of Pazuru and Doors. Both games will put your mind to work in solving different types of challenges. Pazuru has you switching up 45-degree angled blocks to get your ink streak to bounce around and collect all the stars. In Doors, you'll be challenged with a wide variation of minigames, each hidden behind their own door. Lastly, North Americans got Cube Creator 3D for the 3DS. This Minecraft-like game is great for those looking to do a bit of building on the go. A few weeks back, the developer behind Bizerta, Silent Evil, was kind enough to share some screenshots of his upcoming horror game. The story has you playing as a 15-year-old teenager who wakes up in a dark world and now aged 30 years old. Additionally, the gamepad will be used to manage your inventory, unlock doors, solve puzzles, disarm bombs, etc. 13am Games released an exciting new trailer for their upcoming game, Runbow. The trailer shows that fellow indie characters such as Juan from Guacamelee, Shovel Knight, Rusty, Scram Kitty, and more would be joining the racing party game. Looking at new announcements, the shoot-'em-up game titled Full Blast is coming to the Wii U. The game will offer multiplayer mode as well as online and local leaderboards. Expanding his library, Treefall Studios announced their latest, The Perplexing Orb. Much like Monkey Ball, you control a ball on a course suspended in midair. Avoid obstacles and try to get to the goal without falling down. Mobot Studios is back with a new game called Blockybot, and they've released a very catchy trailer for it. Just listen to a part of this.
Body Dotty, we likes to party. Giant wizard head has got no body. Do you like ninjas? Yes we do. Do you like ninjas? Cause we got 2.
Treefall Studios is back on Kickstarter looking for funds to create Outside the Realm. The game only makes use of the gamepad using touchscreen controls to solve puzzles. The goal of the game is to get your astronaut safely to his ship so he can find his way home. Also looking for funds on Kickstarter is the project Frizzy. This 2D puzzler seeks to offer players a game with tight controls and plenty of enemies to destroy. Much like the 3D collectathons of old, the game is littered with gems which must be collected in order to unlock new levels. Starting our Enthusiast reviews, Eric took to the skies in Iron Combat, War in the Air, and gave it a good score. The game will be enjoyed by those that like a difficult challenge and fast-paced action. The combat is fun, but the controls do take some time to get used to. Next, Sean reviewed the Angry Video Game Nerd Adventures and also gave it a very good score. He praised the level design for being fair but challenging, as well as the overall theme of the AVGN being referenced often and properly. Its main downsides were weak boss designs and some hard levels just being way too difficult. Eric also got his hands on Tri-Strip and didn't enjoy so much, awarding it a mediocre score. While the game's puzzle mechanics were creative, the game has no save mechanic, no leaderboards, and a primitive interface. Not to forget our reviewer Jonathan, he was busy with Renier. While the game's name might not be appealing, it scored quite well. For $2 you can get a good amount of content, a great visual style, and some fun gameplay. The game's main flaws were poor boss designs and some repetitive music. Next we had Sean take a look at Word by Search by Pogi, which was well received. The game unfortunately loops the same song over and over, and there's very little appeal in its visuals. Given it's a word search game, that might not be such a deal breaker. Luckily the game does offer a lot of puzzles, works well, and is easily accessible for the whole family. Sean was also busy with Cube Creator 3D, which got a good score. The game mainly suffers from boring enemies and some limited customization. As a sandbox that lets you build anything you like, the game does succeed well, however. And lastly, we had Eric play Tilelicious on the 3DS. Unfortunately, this game didn't score so well. For its genre, it's a bit expensive and has no replayability. The gameplay can be fun, but the overall presentation is really simple. Now you're all up to date on all your Nintendo indie news for April 29th, 2015. Now don't click away yet, because we still have to talk about the Indie Corner shop. You guys asked for it, you guys voted for it, and now the Indie Corner shop has its very own Zeo Drifter shirt, which you can pick up for, I think it's $17 plus shipping, and $5 off every shirt goes straight to Renegade Kids, so you're supporting the indies you guys care about. You can also find some Nintendo Enthusiast shirts in there. There's also an Armillo and a special edition Armillo shirt which you can get, which has printing on the back and the signatures of the whole team. Now there's another shirt design on the way. I'm not gonna tell you who that indie is, who it is right now, but do watch on a future Indie Corner. I'm gonna reveal some new shirt designs. You guys vote on it. That shirt goes in the shop where you guys can pick it up and support your favorite indies. So thanks again for joining me. I hope to see you guys next week. I'm gonna try and make another episode next week, try and do this back on a weekly basis. It's just been crazy out here. And oh yeah, as always, you can follow me on Twitter at Jason_Lupine. You can follow Indie Corner _ME, or Nintendo Enthusiast, which is a strange account. All those links are down below. I'll see you guys next week, and until then, keep on playing indie.